Good morning. It's October 28th on the Alan Osborne Show. Oh, we're gonna have a different show in the middle called What's the Big Idea? Yeah, What's the Big Idea is a hillbilly version uh, of a local show that really doesn't ask any real hard questions. So on What's the Big Idea, we're gonna ask some. So look, tomorrow early voting starting. This is a Walton County issue. Listen, we need to vote no on this referendum. If you hadn't seen Will's video on the Karen site, I'm gonna dissect that in just a minute. But we up to the challenge. I ain't got the big hair day today because it's a tribute to what's the big idea. I need to get it all down. Don't want to have too much hair up here. I'm losing it on what's the big idea. So we'll get into that in a minute. But coming up here, like I said, started early voting. And people, I'm talking to you out there on Alan Osborne Show. We cannot pass this sales tax referendum. We're going to talk about who's behind it. Big developments behind it. Think about it. They own property here. They're spending millions, so they won't have to pay for it when they develop it. You will. Let's start off with some public math. Now, the main thing of this show I want you to get is on 4 November. I'm going to go over why Sandestin development order is not being enforced by the Walton County Commission, because Bo Wills made a show that insinuated that, that I'm just crazy and looking for a cabal of people that don't get there. And why doesn't anybody do anything? Well, Bo, that's the whole big idea. When we give them real documents, Bo, and they don't say these aren't real, or they don't say these are the right documents. They just sit there like they're passing gas or walking down the beach making a selfie video. I mean, there's just no action to it, Bo. They just stand there. And why don't they defend themselves? Surely, like you defending yourself since you got your buttons pushed, how come the Walton County doesn't come forward? And Bo, I want to see you come forward with those documents that I told you to play along with. These are public records, and you can get them from your buddies, the commissioners. But here's what the big idea is, folks. I'm going to give this briefing on Sandestin's non-compliance and how the county has spent millions of your dollars and how the county staff have lied about some annual reports, and it's ended up in the non-collection of hundreds of thousands of dollars of impact fees through proportional fair share. So we failed to collect taxes, and the BCC knows it. They failed to hold developers responsible. Listen, when you and I don't pay our taxes, they lien our property. So let's go over a little public math. So I'm talking to you, Walton County average citizen. If your property tax bill is $500, and anybody that lives south of the bay wish they had one like that, but if your property tax is $500, I want you to hold that thought. If after your homestead exemptions, and if you write Rhonda Skipper a tax for your property, your house, for $500, I'm talking to you. Because let's talk about this 1% sales tax. If you're a family who spends $50,000 a year on the economy, you will have equivalently paid the property tax with this new tax of $500 of another house. So if you had a house or a piece of property that cost you $500 a year, and you're a family that spends $50,000 a year in stuff that's taxed, guess what? You just voted yourself to pay for another piece of property. And why? Because your commissioners cannot hold people responsible. I'm not saying that there's no time that we might need a tax. I'm not saying there's not, but there's never a good time if you're a conservative to have another tax, because they don't ever take them away. And this list is not a promise. Let's go over what Bo's will. See, this is a vote of no for no confidence, because we don't have confidence, and we shouldn't. With the facts, Bo, not this whatever. Here's what Bo says. We need to give them the resources for this development we need. What closet has he been hiding in? What development we need to slow down development, because the infrastructure, as the better roads people say, is what we need. But the fact is that many of the places we need better roads, there's no place to put a better road. So the BCC has just saturated us with a problem. And I promise you, if you give them another 30 or 40 million a year, they'll saturate you with some new problems. Our BCC and our county administration and our county's attorney's office are in no position to enforce anything. And that's why we should vote no confidence. We can't give them permission and then fund them with it, because Bo says, let's resource them. Well, look, Bo, resource. That's a disguised word for let's give them some money, because you know what they're going to do with that resource? You know what resource they're going to buy? It's like saying, Bo, let me put it in maybe a term that you can understand strolling down the beach. We can resource somebody, and that's what they want us to do. We need money. We need to buy mops and clean up all this mess. But there's nowhere in there where somebody's turning off the faucet of non-compliance, the faucet of non-enforcement of the laws of the state and the ordinances of the county. That's the faucet of overdevelopment, the faucet of variances granted by these very people that want you to pay more tax. We can't give them these kind of resources because they don't want to talk about turning off the faucet. They don't want to acknowledge what caused the problem. You can give an addict treatment all day, but if they don't admit that they're an addict, that's not going to change anything, is it? Our local government won't admit the truth and won't action what's required. Dr. Ward, you're invited. Anybody's invited November 4th. Don't come there to get in an argument without some facts. I've given y'all, and I'm going to show up with actual documents, and I'll answer anybody's question about Sandestin or why we should vote no on the sales tax. But these kind of examples of the county's waste of money is exactly why you should vote no, and you should have no confidence. No new sales tax, and it's a no confidence because they say, oh, if you don't do it, we'll raise your taxes. People, we're the voters. If they do stupid stuff like that, then we'll just vote them out. And then we'll tell the people, you're going to go hold these people responsible and take them to court. Walton County has never taken, show me where Walton County took a developer to court who broke the rules and made them come back and fix it and pay for everything, including what it costs to enforce it. They don't do that because we have an interim county attorney. We've never had a real attorney's office that was for the people in the county. We just pay for this. It's a ripoff because the guy who is doing that's conflicted. And your BCC will not hire somebody who's honest. And this guy right here will never hold an employee honest. He'll cover it up just like they did for him when he was on the sheriff's department. So vote no for this tax. Don't give them permission to go squander more resources. Hold them accountable. Vote no confidence. And if you've got proof that I'm nuts about what I filed with Sandestin, if you've got proof that it's in compliance and the county staff has done what they're supposed to and I'm nuts, please come challenge me. Let's have some hard questions. Bo Wills, that's what you implied and that's what you've been challenged to. And if you don't come, it doesn't matter because I'll brief it anyway, because that's how it is on the Alan Osborne show. Nothing but truth. Ain't no crybabies here. I went to war 5 years and 11 days. So people like Bo could vote twice in the last, how long, Bo? Would you really listen to somebody who doesn't care enough to go vote? Bo, if you don't care enough to go vote, that explains why you didn't care enough to read the documents you asked me for. Sorry, Bo, go run down the beach. I didn't make up that acronym, but I don't want to be in charge because I don't want to be associated with these people. And besides that, I think I'm doing more good as a plain old citizen. And that's the way it is on the Alan Osborne show, 28 October. If you're voting early, vote no against the sales tax. No, 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 no. Because if you vote yes, you believe this guy has your best interest and that these people right here know what they're talking about. And the reports, the inspections, and all the sexual lawsuits they will have. No, no, no on the Alan Osborne Show for the tax. See you next time. Y'all keep them straight. We know they can't keep themselves straight. See you next time.